Boxing King Media, delighted to be joined by in the early hours tonight with the Otto Birslanov. I always try and make sure I say your surname right. Please tell me I said it right.
Yes, Arthur BIYARSLANOV.
How you doing, brother? You good?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good, man. It's always great catching up with you. I think last time we met, met you in Saudi Arabia. We had a good time together, and it's good to catch up with you now. I've been keeping an eye on your career, ever since, most fans will remember you when Matchroom started in the USA. You was one of the early signings, and then obviously you parted ways, and you're now with Eye of the Tiger Promotions.
Yeah, what I have a tiger now. Yeah.
Well, how is your kind of since you left Matchroom? How's your career been? Do you feel like you've been active? Are you happy with how things are going?
Yeah, I mean, I've been really active now, in the past 15 months, I already had 6 fights. It's really nice keeping the momentum going, having fights, staying busy. Because, when I signed with Matchroom back then, COVID started and everything started, and wasn't getting a lot of fights. Then, it was just really difficult traveling overseas with the rules of staying in the hotel for weeks, and then it was a headache. But now everything is smooth, everything is good, and everything is going well.
Yeah, you're in quite an interesting weight division. How you've slowly built up your record. You've got 19 wins, 16 by knockout. As you said, you've been active, and a lot of fans obviously recognize BoxRec as one of the main websites to kind of give you an idea who's good and who's not, and where people are ranked. But you're ranked number 10 at super lightweight, and super lightweight is a crazy division. Are you happy with being ranked at number 10, or do you think you should be higher?
I mean, it's okay so far. I just need to get a big fight name. And it's about time, I think. I've been wanting to fight a big name for a while now, and I guess it's a little bit difficult because no one wants to fight me. No one wants to take the risk. I'm a southpaw. I have all kind of styles. I'm a power puncher, and almost all my fights were under 4 rounds, except the fights that went decision. And I think I have the style to beat anyone in my division. To be honest, it's I'm not talking cocky, but I'm just confident in my style and my ability, and I think sooner or later gonna become a world champion, inshallah.
Well, just to give fans a bit of an idea of the kind of names that are ahead of you, obviously you're number 10. You've got Arnold Barboza, you've got Dalton Smith, you've got Karatin Agraba from Russia, you've got Adam Azim at number 6, Liam Paro, Richard Hitchinson, Andy Hiroko, Subriel Matias, and Teofimo Lopez. That's some serious names. So you're in good company.
Yeah, definitely. If I could get a fight with any of those guys, if any of those guys could take a fight to fight me, it would be amazing. I'm sure it's gonna put me higher in rating, and uh, and I just want to fight for the ultimate goal that I have, becoming a world champion.
So I'm aware yourself and George Kambosos have the same management team.
Yeah, yeah, we work with gym composers. Yeah.
So I saw an interview where George's manager has basically has been quoted as saying that, I think Adam Azim was kind of chasing a fight with George Kambosos, and he put your name forward. I said, why don't you fight Otto? So I've got to ask you, like, what do you know much about Adam Azim? Have you seen much of him?
I seen his last fight when he fought what's his name,
Lipnitz.
Lipinets. Yeah, I mean, he's a good fighter. He's a good young fighter. He's good up in there in rating. He's ahead of me, and I think he was calling out George. But at that time, George had a fight with Hitchens, and from what I know, my manager told him that I have another fighter, Arthur Beerslanov, and I just guess haven't heard anything since. But look, I'm willing to fight anyone, to be honest. It doesn't matter who it is, whether it be him, whether it be Dalton Smith, whether it be Liam Pero, Subriel Matisse, or, the guy he's fighting, Puello, anyone, all these guys in my division. Our division is hot right now, top 20, top 30 fighters in my division are all good fighters, and it's a division of speed and power mixed all together. So, if I could get a fight with a good name, that would be great. And I know that if this could get out to what's his name, Turki Alishay, who's doing a great job for boxing, I think it's possible, maybe in September 13th, who knows?
Okay, so basically, in your words, you're willing to fight. Obviously, from a British standpoint, you're willing to fight Adam Azim and Dalton Smith.
Yeah, Dalton Smith, Adam Azim, Liam Perro, all the names that I named, to be honest, the guys, they're all ahead of me, right? So, anyone around me, anyone that's in the top 15, 20, top 10, 5, any champion, give me a chance, give me a fight.
I've got to ask for your opinion. Out of them names that you kind of mentioned, who do you think is like the best? Who do you rate the highest as a fan?
Um, I think everyone is good in their own way. Everyone has their own style, and of course, styles make fights. And but the way I see it is, most of the guys, they just have one style. You know what I mean? It's like either you're a forward guy, you're a defensive guy, you're a counterpuncher guy. But I feel like I have a lot in my arsenal. I feel like I could mix it up. If one style is not working, I could box moving backwards. I could box moving forward. I could brawl if I need to brawl. And depending on the style, depending on who I will fight, my team will put on a good game plan and we'll have a good camp.
Interesting. Um, World title opportunities, obviously, I know it depends a lot on how well your promoter knows the governing bodies to get your name up there. Is there any particular governing body that you're like you're ranked high with, and the one that you think you're more likely to get a world title shot in?
Well, I think right now in WBC I'm number 9. I know Puello and Matisse. I think
Yeah.
it's so. Yeah, yeah. I think they're fighting together. They're fighting each other on the July 12th fight. I'm going to be there actually for that show because I have my teammate Imam Khatib also fighting. Uh, if that could be a possible fight, that would be great for me.
I don't know if you know or not because the WBC have ordered that the winner of that fight has to defend the belt straight away against Dalton Smith.
Okay, okay. Well, in that case, I don't know who I could wait for their fight and then fight them after, or I could fight. I know I'm in IBF, or was it? Yeah, IBF now. I'm in that rating too. Richard Hitchinson, I think he's the champion in the IBF. You know, and WBO, WBA. I don't know if I'm in the rating for that yet, but like I said, anything that's gonna get me to fight for a title, I'll take anyone.
You said your style is all action, and we saw a recent tweet from His Excellency Turkey. He said he didn't want any more Tom and Jerry fights. So you're the kind of fighter you're saying he's basically looking for, and you're ready and prepared to fight anyone in the top 10.
Yeah, I don't know if he's heard about me yet. I'm sure if he hears about me, the Wolf, if he sees my style, I think he will like it and he will offer the big fight for me. And I hope he will see it, and because he's doing a great job for boxing. He's putting together great fights, and no picking fights. Every fight is a championship fight. And I think this is what the boxing fans deserve: a good fight, good brawling, and no playing around, running around. And this is what we need.
Well, you was ringside for Richardson Hitchens' fight against Kambosos. A brilliant performance from Richardson. What I want to ask you is, I don't know if he was still in the venue when he was doing his post-fight interview. Was he still in there?
Was I, or was who?
Was he still
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah. I was still
there?
there.
So
Yeah.
there's something he said during that interview which I want to get your opinion of because obviously you've worked with Eddie Hearn. He
Mhm.
said that I'm now a free agent, and Eddie Hearn has done interviews since, and he's not too happy about him saying that because obviously from his point of view, he's lost money on him, invested in him, give him the 3 fights, got him the world title, and rather than commit to future with Eddie Hearn, he's looking to go elsewhere and maybe deal direct with Turkey, etc. So, what do you think of that? Because obviously you've been with Eddie Hearn, and obviously I know you parted ways because of the COVID situation. But what do you think of that?
I think Eddie Hearn is one of the best promoters out there. I mean, he's doing a great job. He's putting out great fights. When I was signed with them, I never had a problem. Every show was beautiful. They took good care of me, my team, word for word. They did everything they promised me. So it was great to work with them, to be honest. And I think maybe in the future we're gonna work together again, co-promotion or something. I'm pretty sure, and I would love to work with them. Regarding what he said, everyone has their own opinion. Of course, maybe he sees that from a boxing perspective that he wants to maybe get the best deal there is for him, and this is understandable. But at the same time, it's maybe not throw it out in that specific situation, specific part of the action. Maybe do it in a different way, but everyone has their own opinion.
Okay. Um, so it's quite good that you gave like a different opinion because a lot of fighters could quite easily say the promoters this and that, and obviously you gave quite a fair assessment of your good experience with Eddie Hearn. So um, the other thing I want to ask you is the Teofimo Lopez situation. He was supposed to fight Jaron Ennis, but he's now moving up, and then it seems that the Devin Haney fight's fallen through. Would you be open to fighting Teofimo or Devin in the next fight if that got thrown in your way?
Of course, I would love to. Yeah, of course, that these guys are world champions. They're up there. And I've been trying to get a chance like this to fight a world champion or someone that's up there. Definitely, yeah. If I could get a chance to get my hands on these guys right away.
Just stylistically, what I think would be a really good fight. You versus Lindolfo Delgado. Have you seen much of him?
Yeah, yeah, I heard of him too. Yeah, I heard of him. I think I seen him maybe in the amateurs also. I think he's around me in the box rec.
Yeah, he's number
Uh,
12. He's 23 and always 16 knockouts. Like good style. Your styles that would be pretty amazing. He's with Top Rank.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, that's a good fight too. He's up there. I think he's still undefeated, and we're both trying to get a world title fight. Maybe do like an eliminator or something. I'm up for good big fights.
Well, I hope you get them. And just boxing aside, Arto, just always like to speak a little bit on a personal level. You were just showing me earlier some of the medals you've got, from your boxing career in the room that you're in. Which is the most prized possession you've got? Which one do you is like personally, special to you?
Oh, it's definitely the Pan American Games. When I made history in Canada after 40 years, I won in 2015, beating the Cuban in the finals. I think of course, that was the biggest moment of and the biggest trophy that I got. Um, Other than that, there's other international tournaments. There's continentals, and of course the Olympic qualifier when I got gold medal at Argentina for the Olympic qualifiers, and that was a big moment for me too. Yeah.
Okay. And another thing, I want to always try and get a bit of like personal insight about you as a person. I think when fans think of like, boxers from your part of the world, growing up near Dagestan, Chechen background, people think you guys just eat, sleep, train. So tell me, do you do anything different other than eat, sleep, and train? What else can we add to your resume?
No, we're just regular people like everyone else. It's more like mentality and genetics. All our life, we've been fighters. Growing up, we fight. We play outside. We fight friends a little. When you're growing up, and just the mentality of not breaking, not giving up, and whatever hardship comes in our way, we always find a way to overcome it, and we're just I think mentally strong, and this sport needs, you have to be mentally strong because it's a very tough sport. If you're not mentally strong, no matter how good you are, how strong you are, how technical you are, eventually when things get hard, everyone breaks down. And that's why you have to have that mental strength. And not only mental strength, I think faith plays a lot of role in that too, because with that comes also mental strength.
And maybe, I don't know if you could share any latest stories with your friend Artur Beterbiev. I know we're waiting for a rematch date with him and Bivol. You spoken to him?
Yeah, yeah, we stay in contact. I seen him about a month ago. Uh, I mean, it's good. He's positive. He's getting ready for the third fight, and I think it's going to be a good fight. He still trains like a beast. You would never think he was 40 years old.
Yeah, definitely. And last question for you. Can you share your secret with your beard? Are you using beard oil or do you comb it or straighten it? What do you do?
I never touch my beard with anything, to be honest. I just shampoo it over when I shampoo my head. That's about it. I don't have any cream. I don't use anything. Uh, it's, it's just the way it is.
Well, absolute pleasure catching up with you, Otto. Unless you've got anything else to add, hopefully we'll see you on maybe a Riyadh season card or maybe fighting one of the big names that you said there because you definitely belong there. You know, people have seen your highlights online, can see how good you are, and hopefully you get the break that you deserve.
Yeah, hopefully, I hope everything works out. It's been a long road, boxing. People think it's easy, but it's a very tough sport. And, I think everyone should give respect to every fighter that gets in the ring and does their best. And I just want to say, thanks to everyone that has supported me throughout my career, my sponsors, and everyone that doesn't know me. Please stay tuned, support me, and watch me. I'm sure you're not gonna you're gonna like me and support me and me. I'm because I'm gonna become a world champion, inshallah.
Yeah, well, I urge anyone to check out your fight highlights online and they'll soon become a fan. Otto, pleasure as always, and I'll catch you soon.
Thank you, brother. Take care.
Thank you.